three activities that I went to was first the Kent City Council meeting, where I learned how people felt about Kent, and I learned a lot about plastic bags and how they're not good for our environment. The second activity I went to was the school board meeting for the Kent School District, and I learned a lot. Since this month is Native American History Month, I learned a lot about Native American culture, and I got to see a traditional Native American dance performed. And the third activity that I went to was the Covington Human Services Commission meeting. I think I learned the most information at this meeting. There was a couple of guest speakers about opioid use and the opioid addiction problem, that is happening here in Covington. And I learned that one treatment option is a methadone clinic. And so this guest speaker was trying to get a methadone clinic put into the Covington area so that people don't have to travel as far as to Seattle to get those the treatment. But overall, for the three activities that I learned is that your voice can be heard. Like, you can get out in your community, and what you have to say and what you think is important can be heard, and you don't need to just complain about it. You can actually go say something about it that will actually make a difference. At the Kent City Council meeting, I learned how people felt about Kent and that your voice can get heard. At this meeting, they focused a lot about plastic bags and how people felt that they were really bad for the environment.
Recognize our Parks Department. The 2016 City of Kent Parks Plan was recognized on October 27th.
So I'm Annette Bales, and I've been a resident of Kent for 20 years.
In design, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference of this design whether we're in Seattle or Bellevue or downtown Kent. So we will continue to work with the advocates.
And spew an article to business donations, and then I would really like to see a recognition banner posted. The City of Kent does a great job on the posters, but I would like to see something on the website, and I would love to see something in the Kent Reporter. As a resident of Kent, I support the people that support our functions locally, and that the fireworks display is, 15,000 people go to it. And I have neighbors who do substantial donations. I think recognition is a huge part of getting.
At this school board meeting, I learned about Native American tribes in Washington because it was Native American History Month. I saw a traditional Native American dance, and I learned more about the Kent School District.
Significantly influenced by the American Indians and the indigenous peoples, and whereas the contributions of the American Indians have enhanced the freedom, prosperity, and greatness of America today, and whereas their customs and traditions are respected and celebrated as part of a rich legacy throughout the United States, not as much as it should, but it's coming. Whereas Native American Awareness Week began in 1976 and recognition was expanded by Congress and approved by President.
In regards to that, but remember,
At the Covington Human Services Commission meeting, I learned about there was an opioid problem in Kent, and I learned some treatment options for the opioid addiction that we have.
Speaker, Molly Carney, is that correct? From Evergreen Treatment Services. And welcome, and you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you all for allowing me to speak with you. I was encouraged to come and talk with you after I met with Police Chief McCurdy a couple of months ago. I'm the Executive Director of Evergreen Treatment Services. We specialize in working with adults who've got opioid use disorders, so people addicted to heroin and prescription opiates. And in talking with him, he conveyed to me that you all in this community have been struggling with folks who've got untreated opioid use disorders as well. Gives your providers in the community a place to refer patients who may need that more intensive form of treatment. The Commission's relationship might be with the primary care system in town, But if there's one of you who wants to start the discussion with,
The overall impact of this civic outreach project was that you yourself, or I myself, our voice does matter and it can be heard. That we need to take action in our community, because if we don't, nothing's gonna happen and our community is just gonna keep getting worse and worse. I learned that there's a lot of problems in my community that I myself didn't know about, and I'm sure lots of other people didn't know about. Like the problem with the opioid addiction. I myself had no idea that Covington had an opioid addiction. It's so hidden in the backs that no one knows, and when you see it, no one really knows what to do and how to take action. I learned that my opinion matters with this. People in our community and in the government in our community want to know people's opinions. They want to know what needs to be done and what can be fixed. And if I, myself, or someone says something, that could spark a change. That your individual voice matters, and that I can be heard, and that my opinion matters, and what I think matters, and that it could make a change in my community.